Hi everyone, my name is Maria Salguero and I will be talking to you about Light Yagami. My presentation today is about this fictional Japanese character whose name is Light Yagami. The story follows this guy with this book. He finds this powerful book with the power to kill people. So if their name is written in this book, they will die. Light sees this as an opportunity for him to apply his justice in the world. So he decides that he's gonna get rid of anybody who he deems as trash of society. And that includes he's gonna kill criminals and all bad people. Again, it's anybody who he decides that is evil. In the story, there's also a group of investigators who is trying to find why there's so many people that are many deaths without explanation. This is a small summary of the story that I'm going to be talking to you about, and I will connect the Light Yagami, the main character, to our textbook and all the chapters that we've learned so far. So I will go from chapter 2 all the way to chapter 6, and I will explain how they both connect. In chapter 2, we learn about communicating verbally, which basically means communicating with each other with the use of words in order to express yourself. Light uses a form of verbal communication which is named the analytical function. This means that he uses critical thinking skills and then determines and evaluates an idea or an issue. This is seen with Light when Light is being questioned if he is the killer. So Light, before he answers, he really thinks about the situation and then he studies the demeanor of the investigators and then responds. So he really thinks about it first and then evaluates what he's going to do. In chapter 3, we learn about communicating non-verbally, which basically means communicating with each other without the use of words. This is used very heavily with Light. So Light is very careful of his behavior. He's very careful to not give himself away. He pays close attention to his expressions all the way to how he stands. Light uses also spaces advantage, so Light decides to join the group of investigators who are trying to catch him. He stays in the area of personal distance in order to stay closer to them and see what information they got. In chapter 4, we learn about communicating through listening, which basically means paying close attention when you're having a conversation with each other and listening. One important term used by both L and Light is selective listening. Selective listening basically was used by both by the whole series, and throughout the whole series by the way they spoke to each other. So you in the series would see that Elle and Light would pay close attention to anything they both said. They listened a lot and to the use of words, and they just paid close attention. Because why they did this is because whatever they said could give a clue to each other, or it could give them away, and they would know what the other person was thinking. In chapter 5, we learn about interpersonal communication, which basically just means communicating between different people. One term used in this chapter was the codependency. So in this story, you see that Light becomes very codependent of the book and becomes very codependent of Ryuk. Ryuk is the person who gave him the book. Light feels that without the book and without Ryuk's power, he can't really do or achieve anything. This is a very dangerous and mentally unhealthy relationship between the both of them. In chapter 6, we learn about intercultural communication, which basically means communicating with different people from different backgrounds. One important term in this chapter was ethnocentrism. This is seen by Light and his group of followers. So throughout the story, Light develops a group of followers. Him and his followers believe that they're the ones that are applying justice. They think they're better, they're superior, and they're the only ones that are applying justice and that nobody else is doing that. In conclusion, our textbook, we learn about many different ways of how we communicate with each other. This includes from verbally, non-verbally, to how we listen to each other, all the way between communicating between the people from different cultures and just different people overall. We are all communicating every single day, and we use many ways in order to communicate it without even knowing. Light used many ways on how he communicated and expressed himself in order for him to reach his goals. And that is all for today. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.